Hosting the Olympic Games is a daunting challenge during any year. Add a global pandemic, and the logistics of welcoming the world's athletes in while keeping the virus out become complicated fast. But China believes its aggressive stance against COVID-19 is up to the task. A month before the Games were scheduled to start, government officials issued restrictions for the 14 million people living in the port city of Tianjin after a cluster of 20 cases erupted there. In the immediate area where the infections occurred, people were confined to their homes, while in outlying areas, residents had to comply with restrictions like staying indoors or having to remain in their neighborhoods. But much of China's success in quashing SARS-CoV-2 can be traced to strict travel restrictions into the country and rigid quarantine rules that require any visitors from overseas who are already required to test negative before boarding their flights to remain in an isolation hotel for 14 days. Athletes, coaches, support staff, and media arriving for the Olympics must be vaccinated to avoid such quarantines. But Chinese officials are hedging against any risk with an intensive testing and semi-isolation policy that will separate Olympics visitors from local residents. All Games travelers will be required to test negative 72 hours before they board their Beijing-bound flights and will be tested using deep nasal and throat swabs when they arrive at the airport. They will then be shuttled directly to their hotels, where they are supposed to remain until they receive word that their test was negative and that they may leave. If they are negative, then athletes, coaches, media, and other staff will remain in a pseudo-bubble for their entire stay. They may only use dedicated transportation and dine in designated restaurants. Everyone will be tested daily and expected to isolate immediately if they test positive. No one can leave isolation until they test negative twice, with 24 hours in between.